alive and in charge. Kick it here for a minute. Need to charge my phone. Where's my charging? Voila. What's up, Gmfl? We out there? Anybody? See what's going on out there? Anybody? Give y'all a minute or two in case anyone joins in. Let's see, I'm gonna go see who's online here. He's in the middle of a game, okay. Let the Browns be great. Seven and 0. Hot dang. Hot dang. We got 3 minutes. Draft. Totus. Pope. Fine. Just for the Rams. I should see how he's doing. Alright, well, let's kick this off. Gmfl, welcome back. It's been a while. I think we did one week 1. So, it's good to be back. Like I said, it's been a little difficult. I've been busy. Just trying to get get the time to do the show, and then with Daddy Leagues back, it seems kind of repetitive at times to just repeat stats on air when you guys can look at them right there. But we'll start working around those kind of things. But at this point, man, we're in week 7. I'm on a bye this week. We just kicked it off. I know we had a couple games I think get played already. But I just really. Good to be going so far in this league. I mean, we're halfway through the season already. I feel like we just drafted the other day, so it's nice that we're moving at a good pace. We've been advancing early usually on, I mean, not like a day early, but maybe we advance at 5 Eastern instead of 10 Eastern or something, 6 Eastern, something like that. So, which has helped because then guys are getting their games in first night. So let's just keep that up. But that being said, I mean, let's take a look. We're going to dive into the divisions. At this point, we're almost halfway through the season. Most guys have had a little over a third of their games played. We're going to go over to the AFC right now. And I mean, sitting atop, you've got the Chiefs at 7-0. He's been putting it together offensively lately. He started off early on with it was a lot of defense, but I've noticed his games lately he's actually been putting up some points, more so, and that's tight work over there. KP doing it again this year, 5-1. I happen to be up there now this year. I've been playing better and putting a little better team out there this year, competitive wise, and I'm at 5-1. Pause with the Jets. He's been playing well. 4-2. Mickey, I mean 3-2 at this point last year. I know you started off, I want to say 0-3. So, you're defending champs. You're kind of finding your way. You just got to get hot at the right time. Pro with the Browns, 3-2. Boss and the Texans. Oh, it looks like he lost, so he's at 3-2. Titans 3-3, Fins 3-3, Steelers 3-3, Colts 2-3, Bills. So I mean, there's a few teams down there: Bengals, Chargers, Patriots. These are next season teams. Maybe spoil some people this year, but start building for next year. Meanwhile, you got Sweets at 6-0. The NFC, Riggs and Supa at 5-1 with the Bucks and the Seahawks. Dub 4-3 with the Panthers. He was 4-0. I think losing Breeze has hurt him. I know he was playing well. He talked about that right before we played here the other day. So I know that's hurt him offensively. He hasn't played as well with Petrowski, the rookie. Panthers 4-2. Brandon B. Hyman, Byman, whatever you want to call him. He's been playing well. 4-2. You got the Vikings 3-2, Packers 3-3, Cowboys 3-3, and then we get down. We got some below 500s. Poop down there 1-5. Man, you played well today. Came back, but it wasn't meant to be. So that being said, let's go through the divisions. I mean, we go to the North. In the AFC, KP right now, I mean, this has kind of been either his division or he's been right there. I know he battled Pro last season. 5-1, off to a hot start, playing defense. You got Pro at 3-2. Still right there, only 83 given up in those 5 games, but he just ain't putting the points out there. I know not having Palmer this year. I want to say he's playing with Berkovici, who, he's not a great quarterback, so it's been kind of a little more difficult for him. James, 3-3, he's right there. I mean, hovering around 500. Maybe you get back in the division. If not, you might be able to get in that wild card race. And then Meow down there with the Bengals, 1-6. He's made some deals, which we'll get into here in a little later. Some I like, some I didn't, but so we'll see. He's trying to build that team up. They're talented, but older in places, so you got some work cut out for you. But see what he can do here in the future with them. Meanwhile, we move over to the South. Mickey 3-2. Again, he's stopping guys. He just ain't putting up the points so far. Boss 3-2. I know he lost so he lost today. Lost 2 in a row now. So that's, Mickey pulling back in there at 3-2, got the win. Boss lost, pulling back in there. Their Titans 3 in a row, started off 0-3. He's kind of been finding his footing. And then Dustin down there, he's lost 2 in a row, but he's still 2-3. I mean, you're 1 game out in the division. So that's going to be, I think this is going to be a battle all year right here. This would be an interesting division to see how things play out here as we kind of approach the halfway point in the second half of the season. Moving on, we go to the AFC East. Paz right up there, 4-2. He got a win over me, I know, the other day. He's been playing good. Holding it off. Dolphins right behind him, 1 game back. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't know how many games they have left against each other. They might have not played. They might have played once already. It's hard to say. I can look. But that's going to be a tough fight. And you got Bills right there. Wise. He's at 3-4. I mean, you're only 2 games back in the loss column. You're right. You're right there in the thick of things. You got time. You can fight back. Patriots at this point just going to play spoiler. But for him, I'm sure it's probably like maybe just get some draft positioning, get some more talent on that team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because I know they're a little older over there. And then we move on to the AFC West and tight work out here. I mean, he's been on fire, 7 in a row, 7-0 to start it off. He's putting up points, 197. I know he's put up, I think, 70 in the last 2 games or something, so that's been big. But defensively, 117 only given up. So playing great D, and just playing great all around, man. Getting those W's. I sit right there behind him at 5-1. Offensively, I've been playing not okay. Defensively, I've been playing good. The corners have been great. It's been a big bonus. Ford right there, 2-4. He's been struggling this season, but I mean, I could easily see Ford reeling off 6 straight. So you just never know. And then I know Sev said he's given up and rebuilding. But at the 1-6 Chargers, which you could probably use a little bit more talent on the team. You got the rookie. Offensively, I think they could use some more pieces. Your defense isn't bad, but we'll see what happens. Whoops. We go over to the NFC. You got the Vikings and BDE at 3-2. Big Mike, he's over there 3-3, playing great defense. Only 92 given up. He hasn't put up a ton of points, but he's holding people off. 3-3. You got the Lions at 2-3, and then the Bears, who's been MIA, looking for new Bears. He's at 1-4, but I mean, this is going to be a tight race right here. It was last season. I expected it to be the same this year, and we'll see what Big Mike can do. It'd be interesting to see. I know he's got some pieces there. BD has, a handful of receivers. He just throws at you. Diggs, Treadwell, Perryman, and then Lions has been playing good with Knight. So we'll see. We'll see where where things go. Oh, great. Meanwhile, we roll the South, and I don't know how y'all Riggs be 5-1. Maybe it's that Roseman cheese he be throwing up there, that 96 motion speed streak type deal he's running over there. But he's at 5-1, heading up the South. And he's been playing good defense, 110 given up, putting up points. I mean, he's probably the top 15 in the league in both of those. But just been playing good overall. You got Brandon right behind him, 4-2. I think they play just the other day, and Bucks won, I want to say. So you can, maybe that's obviously if that's the case, you get in these division games. If you get swept, especially, I mean, you got to figure if you're 1 out, you're really 2 out to get ahead of him. So, but this, I think, one of these 2 guys is your division winner, and the other is your wild card team. TC 2-3. He's been struggling. I know Groom has thrown a ton of interceptions this year, somewhere like in the neighborhood of 15 to 20. So I mean, he's won 2 in a row. I want to say he talked about switching to Kessler, so maybe we'll see as we roll through the stats. But we'll see what happens there. I think this might be a rebuild. He has the pieces, but this is kind of a down year. Maybe get another good pick. You got the rookie quarterback now, a second-year guy. Kind of get him built up and really come out and strike next season. And then we got my son, my one and only poop over here at 1-5, lost 4 in a row. Today you fought back, you were ahead, but ultimately just not quite finishing it off. But you've got the pieces there, you've got some talent. just work to get a little better at it, and hopefully you can add a little bit more in the draft, and we'll see where things go. But for now, let's just play spoiler over there. In Lake Show 49er. I know. See, we got Riggs on the show, man. He's already here. He's touching in. He's over there laced up in the 49er gear, head to toe, telling me to put some respect on his name. Y'all don't put no respect on my name. Uh, but we're moving on to the East. We got Sweet 6-0, who unfortunately lost to Riggs. He'll bring that up, I'm sure, somewhere in the chat in the playoffs last year. But 6-0, he's trucking along in the NFC as he has been the last 2 seasons. Here to describe my fuck Sweet. He's putting up points, 174, still only giving up 103. Just continuing what he's been doing in the last 2 seasons, rolling along 6-0. The NFC. I gotta move this damn thing. The NFC mine. We'll see, man. You've been playing good, but I'm out. Have a good one. All right, man. Later, Riggs. Thanks for checking in, man. We got Cowboys, which is, I want to say it's Cry Havoc is the new guy that took over. 3-3, made an interesting move. I think we'll touch over that. I didn't really agree with that one. I thought maybe, for him, not that I say I didn't agree with it. If he wants to make the deal, make the deal. I just think Bengals got the better end of it. Giants 2-4. Puba, man, it's just been rough after that first season. I think Giants were one of those teams that are a good overall team, but they're older. You really had to build some pieces around there. And I know you're working on it, man. You've got some talent there. I wouldn't be surprised, if you fight back, get up there a little later, and then look for you to bust out next season. And then Eagles, Bush 1-5. I'm not sure if he's missed some games, if he's been playing. I've kind of been busy these holidays. I know it's tough for guys, so I don't know where that's at. But 1-5. At this point, you just play spoiler and see what happens. Then we go to the West. Supa out there, 5-1, running the West again. That's been his division, and he's right there again. Nothing new. Niners dub. He's lost 3 in a row. He was 4-0, but he's been struggling of late without Breezes. Rams 2-3. He's building, but he's still a little devoid of talent. And then Moas out there at 2-4. So that's what you're looking at. It's going to be interesting. Let's say, AFC wise, you got Chiefs, Ravens, Jets, Jags, and then me as a wild card, and your next wild card is 3-2. So, it's going to be tight. It's going to be some tight races. A few 3-2s. NFC wise, you got Redskins, Bucks, Seahawks, Vikings, and then you'd have Niners, Panthers right now. But gonna be some tight wild card races. There'll probably be some tight, obviously, division races. But we'll see how things play out here in the second half of the season. Other than that, let's move over. We're gonna go over the stats. We'll check on how guys have been doing this year. Well, first, let's go through some of these weekly awards. Last week, week 6, Beckham 9 catches, Buck 68, 2 TDs. Donald 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. AFC wise, Veltung 6 catches, a Buck 30, 2 TDs. And then Dudley, the rookie, good, nice pick. Obviously, he balled out 9 tackles, 3 sacks, a forced fumble. And let's see, where did you get him? Boom, we got these drafts right handy. Dudley at number 15. So that was a solid pick for you. It's paying off. Those defensive guys in general are paying off, and I think you made a good deal earlier too with today getting a draft pick. Now we go back a week before that, and you got Williamson, the undrafted rookie, beasting it, 26 for 201 and a touchdown. Hebert, a bear as I call him, 4 tackles, 4 picks, and a touchdown. Jeez. He's been good. That's gonna be a nice boost right there, XP wise. Be interesting to see where he's at Quan, meanwhile, for the Bucks, 10 tackles, a sack, 3 picks. I don't know if you're usering over there, Riggs, or you're letting that CPU do the work. And then meanwhile, Lions, 15 for 206 and a touchdown to Ebron. That's week 5. You got Lockett, Bell, Pritchett. I mean, we go back, Bridgewater. You guys can see, but those are just some of the players of the week. But let's roll into these stats. Alright, so we go, boom, we go into yards. Right off the back, we got Tyrod, 1,827 yards. You can see Wise is thrown in a ton, 224 attempts as we just look at the rest of these guys in yardage. But 8 TDs, 15 picks though. So I mean, for every TD he throws 2 picks with it. And that's, he's 3 and 4 right now, and you'll probably look at that, and you might say, well, maybe I don't run the ball as well. We'd have to see what his stats are, but that right there is going to kill you. I mean, if you can get that to at least 1-to-1, 15 and 15, then you have a chance. But for every TD pass you got 2 picks, it's gonna stymie your team right there. Meanwhile, we drop back to this AFC East slinging it. You got Stafford right behind him with 1,826. But here's the difference: 40 less attempts, 15 touchdowns, 7 picks. So you can look 4 and 2, 3 and 4, and you flip flop these, and that's what you're looking at. Newton, 1,600 yards, only 7 TDs, 6 picks, but he's been efficient. He's ran the ball well over there. Now here, Dak, who's now a Bengal, we'll take a look. Look, not bad. 85 short, 83 medium, 73 deep. I mean, his play action's good. Bigger guy, but he's younger. He's cheaper. We'll see if Dalton pops up down here. But I mean, you look at these numbers that he was having: about 1,600 yards, 10 TDs, 7 picks. He's playing well. Bridgewater, who, if you guys need a quarterback, he's on the block. I know BDE likes Driscoll. He played well with him last year. If you need someone, I mean, this is a good player. Let's see, where's he at? He's only 25. Quick development, 90 throw power, which is good. 88 short, 87 medium, 78 deep. So he's almost got 80 deep. You get him to 90 and 90. I mean, that's a solid quarterback. If you need somebody, I would talk to BDE. He's looking to move him. Maybe you can strike up a deal. Ford over here trying to resurrect RG3 again in Madden 17. 10 TDs, 8 picks, 1,400 yards. Wang, 1,450 for 12 TDs, 8 picks. James playing well. I mean, that might be... You're looking right there, might be an offensive rookie of the year, and Wang. Mariota playing well, Luck, Cousins. There's Groom slinging it around. Let's see where we at in touchdowns. Stafford with 15, you have Luck with 13. Of course, we know Dustin likes to sling the ball around. But there you go, right there, tied for third. You got Wang, the rookie, 12 TDs. James at 3 and 3, but he's been playing well. Jameis, 12 TDs, only 3 picks, only 100 pass attempts, 50 for wow. 12-6. Look at that cheese you're running, Riggs. 12 and a half an attempt. Wow, man. What you DM me the YouTube channels you be watching, man. I know you're God. I'm just busting you up here. Kafka, meanwhile, for Puba. And man, look, you're doing good with Kafka. I know the wins aren't there, but this is a guy, it was a great pickup where you got him. 92 throw, 87 short, 85 medium. Quick dev. I want to say you got him in the 2nd round. Yep, 11th overall in the 2nd. And you have a quarterback. Oops, I just passed him. Yep, there he is. 12 TDs, 5 picks. I mean, you build that guy up. That might be, if you can get him an NFC Rookie of the Year, you might be looking at maybe a development. Hey, what's up, James? You might be looking at a quick quick dev up to maybe even superstar if you can get that rookie of the year, because you get those awards especially for your rookies, and you can get a lot of times you can get an upgrade in the development. So keep balling out, Poopa. That might turn out real well for you and the future of that franchise. Bridgewater, Cousins, Prescott, Griffin, Mariota, Carr, all 10 TDs. You missed it. I was just talking about how you're doing with Huang over there. You're playing well, man. 12 TDs, 8 picks. He, I know you've had a couple bad games with him, but overall, you've really played well. All right, we move on to rushing. Williamson, this guy's a stud. 92 speed, 94 excel, 80 carry, 90 ball carry, 76 trucking, 80 stiff arm. The agility, the elusiveness is a little low, but I mean overall he can truck dudes for his size. So balling out with him, Rich. 5 TDs, another good season so far. Arkin, this was a guy who got passed on. It was slow, but he has a good acceleration and a superstar. And those stats, I mean, 90 carry, 88 ball carry, 88 trucking, 91 stiff arm. I mean, if you're good at trucking dudes, this guy's just going to run over guys. And clearly he's been doing well with them. 90 for 527. I mean, he's averaging about 6 a pop for 9 TDs. James with Le'Veon, I see you're getting him the ball more this season, man. 110 for 110 carries, 500 yards, 5 TDs. I mean, playing well with him. Matt Jones, there's sweets. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jones with 1,200 yards and 20 TDs somehow by the end of the season. Derrick Henry, who has been a beast. Let's see, where's he at now? Yeah, this guy, 90. Jeez, the backs in this league, man. You guys are crazy. Lamar, Boss doing his thing. Chapman, the rookie up there. That was a good pickup. Trade away Melvin. Got back, got Chapman. And he's a nice back. Fenderson, Murray, Gooch. I've actually been running the ball better this year. Let's see, touchdowns. Arkin, 9 TDs. Nile with 8 down there with tight work. So Niles getting those TDs, not big on the yardage, not 86 attempts, 300 yards, but he's punching it in. He's finding pay dirt when you're near it. Jones, and that's what I said over here with Hyman. He's running the ball with Walters. I mean, the attempts are there, the yards aren't, but 6 TDs. Dyer, who's been more shut down this season now, still 6 TDs, but he's just not getting those yards. I think guys are really trying to stop that more. You're seeing him get some bigger plays in the passing game. I mean, still 5-1, but Dyer can. This is a big dude. He can punch it in from close. Williamson with 5, Le'Veon, Henry, Lamar, Chapman, Gooch, Roberts, Peterson, Elliott, David Johnson, Freeman, all 5 touchdowns. So I think guys are really. I mean, a lot of guys are punching it in. Obviously, when we're getting in that red zone. The passing game has been there, but I really think the running game's a little better this year, the way things are playing out. There's some decent numbers here in the pass game, but we'll see overall. But receptions, 39 for Veltung, Beckham 39, Watkins 38, Carrier, Olsen, Gronk. Not any. Our best is 39, and I want to say he's played 6 games. So. Let's see. We've got Watkins, 800 yards. Let's see. Whoops. What the? TV all of a sudden sometimes turning off. There we go. Not really turn it off, but I think sometimes it always makes a connection at the HDMI. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys over 100 yards a game. Landry, Beckham, Hilton, Watkins, Veltung. All playing well. DeAndre, Carrier, Prude, the rookie, 25 for 530 and 6 TDs. I know he didn't play well to start off, but he's really kind of found his stride with him. And this is what I was talking about with Riggs and your cheese, bro. 13 catches for 528 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's crazy. Corey over there with Pro. Allen Robinson, Perryman, Cooks, Thomas, Martavis. Let's see, TDs. Beckham with 8, Veltung with 7, Hilton and Prude 6, Guyton, Roseman, Martavis with 5, Watkins, Hopkins, Lockett, Conley, Perryman, Cooks, Demarius, DeAnthony, Antonio, Jordan, Safarian, and Allen, all 4 TDs. Let's move over. Let's look at sacks. We're in the defensive side. Well, let's see. What do we got for tackles? Tackles is hard to say sometimes, especially Sims. I don't think we've had a ton of Sims. Ragland, 47 tackles, and Bobby Wagner, 47 tackles. Not surprising. Any tackles for loss? Mike Daniels, Kwan Short, 11. Preston Smith, Ramsey, right there. This dude, 10 tackles for loss. And then, this is the first overall pick. 87 speed, 90 excel, that block shed, 88. 86 finesse, 83 power. I mean, he's got only 3.5 sacks, which, not bad, I want to say, through 6 games. But 10 tackles for loss, so he's getting back there. Might not quite be getting the sacks, but he's getting pressures. He's getting through the line. He's blowing up plays. Connor, the second-year dude, he's a stud. Stubblefield, a beast of a linebacker. Look at that quick dev. I mean, the guy, he's just gonna make plays. Lawson, Connor, beast of a linebacker for Big Mike he got last year. Quinn, 10. But, we'll move over to sacks, and this guy right here is paid off for me. Akins, 10.5 through 6 games. He's been great. This was the D lineman of the year, I want to say, in the NFC last year. He got on to free agency. Like I said, I made a move on him, and he's been good. 86 block shed. He's got all the moves. 80 finesse, that speed and excel. And it helps that he's paired up a lot of times on the other side of Mac. So, you got Khalil Mack, you don't get as much attention. Darden, this dude's a stud, second-year guy. I mean, this was your your other D lineman of the year, basically. And you look at that, that's just 89 strength, 86 blocks, 98 power move. It's just crazy. Superstar dev, 72 speed. And this is a 6'6", 318-pound dude. So he's blowing up plays. Rankin's making plays, 6.5. There's Khalil, 6.5 on the other side. Ansa, Matthews at 5.5. Lawson, McCoy, Dudley, 5. Pierre-Paul, Griffin. Let's see. Where's our first rookie down here? Ramsey at 3.5. Vaughn only has 3.5. I'm surprised. I mean, just because that dude does so much damage on his own. But 3.5, not bad. Let's see. Go to picks. Right now, we got TJ Green with 5, Eric Reed 5, Billups 5, Wagner 5. So some safeties up there making plays. Cravens, Hebert 4 picks, all in one game. So he balled out. Holt, a free safety. This is I know this guy's been playing well for Tampa. I don't know if he's getting these user-wise. Stubblefield, I imagine those are probably some users. 4 picks. Hargraves. So you got some picks down there. Let's see. Let's go take a look at forced fumbles. Pierre-Paul, Justin March 3, Vaughn, he's forced 2 fumbles. I want to say that was game 1 though. Stubblefield, Rankins, Ramsey, Mack with 2. Boyett had a couple forced fumbles, the rookie. Pritchett, I mean, getting recoveries. That was a good pickup by Boss. I mean, that dude's a stud. We'll look at him again. Superstar Dev, 92, just jumping. I mean, his hit power. That guy's a beast. So to get him for the, I want to say 17th overall pick, basically. Yeah. Was a good trade for Boss. And I think, Rich got what he wanted out of the deal. Ultimately drafted the linebacker rushing there and got a safety to replace this guy a little later. So, it was a good deal for both, if you take it into context. But there's your defense. I mean, this is the guys making plays. We ain't quite at awards yet, which always stinks. Awards are interesting to see, especially because Madden has their own way of determining them. Let's go. Let's go look at some trades. And let's see. We'll go back. Let's see. So, I mean, we haven't touched it, so we basically should just touch on the trades here. I mean, so clear back in week 2, I sent Aguilar, who now became my 4th receiver after I had drafted Felix Marsh in the 2nd round. I couldn't pass up on the guy at that time. It was the best available player on my board, really. So I traded Aguilar and I sent a 3rd rounder over to Poop. Because I really felt like I needed to address 2 holes. One was outside linebacker because I didn't get Ramsey, and I traded away Irvin, and then I got Hooper because I needed another tight end. Walford's not bad, but I really wanted another pass catcher. Billups and Walford to some extent are more run blockers. So I felt it was a fair deal. Poop can address these are Hooper. I know he didn't really use Campbell. He wasn't amazed by. He needed another receiver. His guys are slow and old. You've seen him on the block. No one's given him anything for him. And a 3rd round pick, he can fill a void there in the draft. Meanwhile, we move on week 5. We had the Bengals traded Jeremy Hill to the Saints, who sent their 2nd round pick. I know TC was desperate to get a running back. Felt like it's holding his game back some, which, it is. It's tough when you're not running the ball. I know this from last season before I got busy with everything. When you're not running the ball, man, it's hard. Everyone can just key into the pass game. You don't have to respect it, and it makes your life real difficult. So he gave up a 2nd. Some might say it's steep. Hill's not a bad running back. He's younger. And TC gets what he wants. So we've got Jags and Steelers, Mickey and James. James sent off Foster. I know who's older. He kind of wanted to move. Mickey sent off a 4th rounder. So it's, not a big risk for Mickey. I mean, he fills a void that he wanted to. And James got a little something in return. He can get himself a rookie next season. He can get good value in the 4th, too. We've seen that. Here's one. I know Miles Jack is a stud at New York. I'd love to have him. But, I mean, 2 first-round picks in back-to-back years. Could be middle-of-the-round picks. We'll see how that plays out. Could be later. But, it's a steep price for outside linebacker. But, I mean, Jack is a beast. He's quick dev. It just depends on, I guess, how he plays out for the Lions. If he uses them and he's a beast, or he really puts some pressure on CPU-wise, then, maybe it'll play out well for him. I do like Miles. I just think it's a slightly steep price for him. We move on, week 6. Now, this is one. Bengals sent away Dalton and Billings. I like Billings, but I mean, he's not an animal. And Dalton's getting older, and you got back a stud in Jalen Smith at middle linebacker, and a nice younger quarterback in Dak. I really feel like, and he sheds the salary. I really feel like Bengals got a good deal here. Dalton's older. That throw power, I'd have to look at. I want to say he's at 90 maybe, so he might be all right at least for next season down to 88. But you get down there 86, and it's tough. I mean, I have a quarterback, my backup in another league, and he's an 86, and it's difficult to manage at times. You gotta be careful throwing some of those balls. And then our final win. Now this one, Bengals. You sent William Jackson, who's 24. I know he's our average dev, but I mean, good man coverage, 93 speed and excel, I believe. And a young corner. They're not, corners are hard to find. For Jenkins, who's a 26-year-old linebacker, want to say he was 81, so his overall is a little better. But I mean, I feel like you can find this guy better than you can find Jackson. So I really think Rich got a deal there. Of course, we see everyone has their opinion on how they want to build their team. But I just feel like value-wise, what he got, I mean, the Dolphins win that trade, in my opinion. You can pick up a linebacker and plug him in easier than you can take a guy with that kind of coverage skills. We can go take a peek. Let's see. Let's go find him. Dolphins. Yeah, so you got Jackson, 93 speed in Excel, 86 man. I mean, zone 78, but that man, the agility, the press is only 72, but that speed, that catching at 72, his awareness isn't bad already. Jumping, aggressive, high motor, big hitter. I mean, that's a good pickup for the Dolphins to put next to Xavion. I mean, his overalls aren't great, but look at that speed. Man and zone combo. His press is better. That's a good pickup for Rich. And you got Emmanuel back there, Rashad Jones, getting older though. But you might look at him drafting a safety, knowing him in this coming draft. He does love his defense. I mean, we kind of touched on the standings, the stats. Obviously, we don't have any awards yet. Got someone out there. I don't know who's watching. Somebody is. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Alright, let's check out some injuries. So, Rams. Ooh, Rams hurting, man. Goff for 2. Gurley 3. Ogletree. I mean, there's your quarterback and your running back, a stud. That's not going to be easy. Ravens without Correa. I mean, this guy's been good for him, but he just injured again this year. I want to say he missed 5 or 6 last season. Max Williams, who's a beast, but that's going to hurt him a little. Skins, Kerrigan, and Doxson, 2 big injuries. But Sweets has proved he can pull through. Saints losing Snead. Too late, 2 weeks. I mean, you do have talent there, but it always hurts. Lockett, KJ Wright. Marcus Wheaton, Tatum, Mariota. See, now this one hurts. I think he's got Romo back there, which, he pulled out the win, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for him. 6 more weeks for Mariota. See if he can hold down the fort with Romo. I want to say Romo's throw power was like 86 or 80. That might actually be at 84, because I want to say it was 86 last season. So that'll be interesting. Vikings, Geddes, Dyson for the Bears, Bengals, Marquise Lee, Nicholas, the rookie Swoop. It's only 1 week, but he must have been out for a little bit. A quad tear, I bet he's 3 weeks. That's never good. Aaron Williams 2, Hillman, the dude, you just picked him up, and now he's out for 8 weeks. Manuel Sanders 7, Brandon Marshall 5. That hurts 4. And I mean, those are 2. That's playmaker, wide receiver, and a stud middle linebacker. Hayden for the Browns. That hurts. Weems and Peak. Let's see. Legit, Hayward, Pagan, Joseph. They're right there. Pagan. I thought I saw Rivers in still the other day. When you were playing, so that no wonder. Pagan, of course, he'll be back next week, but that hurts your chances. Losing your quarterback. Chiefs was healthy. Colts lost Te'o. Cowboys lost Blake, a strong safety. Stills and Trotter, 2 receivers. Dolphins, Hicks, Rawls, which he's still got Foreman, so he'll be alright. Dawkins, Jarrett. Oh, Aguilar got hurt. Did he just get hurt against James? Because I want to say he wasn't out before that, but that hurts, man. That's a playmaker next to Julio. 6 weeks. Niners, Green, Breezes. 87, 3 more weeks. Stark, his rookie, speed guy, 4 weeks. So, it hurts when you lose rookies. Somebody, too, you're really hoping to develop, get him a lot of playing time, even though maybe his overall ain't that great. And then you lose those guys, and that always sucks. Barrera for the Giants, Jags, Mukamara, Allen Robinson. They'll be back next week, but two good players you lose. It's not always easy. Oh, Packers lost Randall, so that's I think his second cornerback. So that's a tough injury. Anytime you lose a starting DB, Boston out for the Panthers, and then we're back to me. So yeah, man, that's what we're looking at. It's been an interesting season so far. I'll go through the standings real quick again. The North, I'm not surprised KP's right there. Pro, even with his quarterback, his defense is stout. So, it's kind of a try not to make mistakes, get some big plays, and let the defense hold. James, he's fighting right there. He's got some young pieces. So, this is one of those seasons I can see him competing, maybe not winning, obviously, but competing, being in it all year, and then look for him to probably try to really battle for that top spot next season. But I'm not surprised here. We go to the South. This is Titans. I didn't really know. So 3-3. It's interesting to see where he's at. But overall, I'm not surprised. This is a tight division. The East, Paz fought back last season, so he's really carried that momentum this year. So it's going to be interesting. Rich has the talent. He started off hot last year and kind of was up and down after that. And then, Wise, I know he's trying to fill some holes. So we'll see. But, Jets, I'm not surprised Paz is at the top. The West, I didn't really know Tidy came in last year towards the end of the season. But big move for him, picking up Bortles, getting a QB. And then, he's been playing great, 7-0. I bounced back. I had a good season one, but it didn't play well last year. But we're back there right now. We'll see how things play out. But this, kind of right here is a little. Shocks me more. 4-2-4. I know he traded away pieces, but I assume I figured he would have a better year. And then, he was 10-6 last year. Chargers won our division. Now he's 1-6. So. A bit surprising over here how things are playing out. This division's always tight. North, nothing surprising there. South, I'm surprised that Riggs has not played. I shouldn't say played as well as he has, but he's 5-1 and TC's 2-3, 4. I'm just kind of surprised the way. I figure this might be, you're looking at 4-2. 4-2, 3-3, something like that. Maybe a slightly tighter race, but you never know. A couple games obviously can flip things around. But Riggs was right there last year, so he was your Super Bowl team. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked. He's really played well and got his act together this bad. And Sweets, nothing surprising here. I'm a little surprised Puba, especially now seeing Kafka's numbers, isn't a little better record-wise. But I think that's deceiving. I think this is a guy who will have a poor record, but really played better than that. And watch out next year because he's going to have a lot of pieces on that team. West, no surprise. So I guess, as of right now, there's no huge surprises in terms of playoffs. There's no team where you're like, hey, how the hell is that team doing it? I can't see it. I don't know how they're pulling it off this season. Obviously, I didn't have a good year last year. And to be 5-1, obviously, it's been tight, but it's not. I'm not trying to brag because it could easily be 3-2, 2-3. But that being said, this isn't a crappy team that some reason I haven't been 4-12 all year or something. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out. You guys keep playing your games. Keep it up. Obviously, I think Poop here, once he gets back, we'll get him into the mix here in these shows. I think things will go a little better. Obviously, it's harder. I'm just kind of recycling things a lot of you guys see more now. Before you weren't seeing them all the time. Now you can pull it up on your phone wherever Daddy leaks. You can check it all out. And so now I just pull it up and you're like, yeah, man, I've already looked at that 12 times in the last 30 minutes because I'm bored. I'm trying to figure out who I'm trading for. That being said, post it on Daddy. Post your pictures in the chat. Let me know. We can post them. We can try to talk about them. Um, we're trying to get Poop. He's working on the website. Holidays, I mean, I'm sure you guys understand. You're busy doing things. He's off. I mean, we're all off schedule right now, but I know he's trying to do some things on the website, get stuff together for Daddy Leagues. And, I like to get the shows going. Obviously, with Hubie, who was here, we had the banter back and forth. I mean, I know that's always fun for you guys. We'll get Poop in the mix. It's just, I guess, me yelling at him, and then you guys can come on and yell at him via the chat. But I mean, that's some of the fun of it. And if you guys ever want to check in, I know I do this late. But if you guys want to check in the chat, if you want to get on, holler at me. We can get you on. I mean, let's try to make this entertaining. We can turn it into Maury of the CFM world. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, man, y'all have a happy and safe New Year. Be careful out there. We all know it's amateur hour. Most of us are older, but we do have some younger guys. Be smart, man. If you guys go out and drink, don't drive, whatever you do. I know some of you live where public transportation is no big deal, but I know other guys live where that's not always as easy. But I'll tell you what, a cab ride, whether that's $100 cab ride or a $200 cab ride, is a whole hell of a lot cheaper than a DUI. All right. And you'd rather be alive to come play Madden again. So, y'all stay safe. Have a happy New Year, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.